way. I've never said.
Welcome to the official Assassin's Creed video review with me, Respawn Rossco, giving you all the details on the game from mygameslounge.com. Assassin's Creed is back for another year, and Unity adds to the series, going back to a more traditional Assassin's Creed setting, taking you to Paris and all the surrounding areas. You play out the story of Arnaud Dorian, a man whose entire life has been forged by the war between assassins and Templars, that and his love for a girl called Elise. Unity offers a vast open world for you to explore, but now you don't have to do it alone. With co-op multiplayer, it gives the opportunity to bring in friends and enjoy the beautiful city and its architecture, detailed characters together. But annoying bugs will appear during key moments and break up important scenes in the story, or have you reloading checkpoints during key missions. Still, the game has more than enough to keep fans happy and new people tempted to come in on the co-op play scene and have lots of fun playing missions together and unite in the vast open city. Quite simply, Assassin's Creed Unity looks beautiful, so long as everything moves fairly slowly. Perhaps not the best comment to be making about a game based on fast navigation across an open world, but up close, buildings, scenery and the characters, especially hair effects and uniforms, do look really stunning and detailed. Unfortunately, when you get running around, textures can pop in very late and the frame rate can dip and jerk around as the game saves and loads. Given that the story takes a very serious tone too, it's annoying at times that some bugs get in the way and break the immersion that they're trying to create. The voice acting and character animations are exceptionally well done, with lip syncing as good as in any game I've seen, but what doesn't help is if you can't see them because there's a random floating man in the middle of your cutscene. Yes, Ubisoft have a few bugs to work out in the game, but if they do, it's going to be one of the most beautiful Assassin's Creed ever crafted. While these moments did occur during key moments during the story, there wasn't enough overall to ruin the beautiful scenery of the game. Paris streets are filled with people rebelling against the French Revolution or supporting the French Revolution. It really is a living, breathing 18th century Paris, and it does look stunning.
Hide in plain sight. Right. A party? I wasn't invited. Neither were the horses.
Arnaud Dorian is a subject of the war between the Templars and the Assassins before he even has any knowledge of them existing. He meets a girl named Elise and falls for her, and soon she becomes the motivator for his life. As usual in Assassin's Creed games, people get killed, and soon both Arnaud and Elise are on the path for revenge. The story takes a more serious tone than in previous games, and Arnaud really does have a tough time from the outset of the game, which really will get you identifying with his cause early on. Unfortunately, his manner and his character never quite make you like him the same as you do other protagonists in the game series, but generally speaking, you will feel for his cause and want to help him along his journey. Conversations between himself and other characters are exceptionally well done, with lip syncing as good as I've ever seen, and animations that look spot on, especially in the details. The voice acting is very good, particularly the person who plays Elise, who plays a really good part in the plot, particularly towards the end. While well told, the narrative has some really good twists and turns along the way, and it will catch you out, but I was feeling a little bit disappointed at times that I wasn't more directly involved with the French Revolution side of the game. Some of the side quests do touch on it, but still there wasn't quite enough for me, given how much scope the writers had to put that into the game. But with the main plot and the Paris stories and other side quests out there, the single player experience really does have quite a lot of depth, and has not suffered anything due to the addition of the co-op gameplay. The main story and missions are also more captivating than in previous editions of the game, and you will find yourself more motivated to carry on the story and find out just what's happening to Arnaud and Elise. Of course, Assassin's Creed is all about the gameplay, moving around and getting involved in a wonderfully crafted open world. But here again, there are highs and there are lows. Free running is really smooth, and you can scale buildings and get around with ease generally speaking. But if you get yourself into a tricky position, you'll struggle to get to a jump point and sometimes just leap off and slap onto the floor and end up reloading. Occasionally, you can even go straight through the floor into the void beneath. I did mention the game has bugs, right? Combat-wise, it's the usual Assassin's Creed affair. You have the simple attack and counter flowing movement. While it is exceptionally easy to get to grips with, it maybe doesn't have the same smoothness as other games in a similar style. But where the game is really smooth and really consistent is in the stealth mechanics. You can use crowds to hide in or sneak silently behind guards and kill them with a flick of a wrist and be gone in a flash. Toys like the smoke bombs and phantom blades really do help, but mainly it's just fun to try and sneak in, kill and get out quietly. The mission structure wise, there are some very cool assassination missions that simply give you a wide open area to kill a target within. There are opportunities in the environment for assistance if you choose to use them, but it is completely up to you how to approach the kill. Get it right and you can have a very special kill scene out of it as well. Then there are loads of co-op specific missions to enjoy too, which are nothing unusual to series fans, but to do it in a team makes it that much more enjoyable. One of my personal favourite moments in Unity is also where the server gets hacked as you interface with Arno's memory in the future. Trips to the real world are rare in this game, but they do happen as broken code where the system is trying to find out where you are and what you're doing. As this happens, you go through portals and then take Arno into different time frames within another server of broken code. You have to escape them through a portal, and the best one for me was the World War II one, where you have to scale the Eiffel Tower. Overall, this is very much the classic Assassin's Creed experience, with the addition of some very fun co-op play, but thankfully this does not take away from the single player element, as there's so much to do around a massive map. Bugs and texture issues do break up some of the immersion at times, but the game does have some of the most beautifully created architecture, as well as some very interesting costume design ideas that really do stand out. Ultimately, this is very much an Assassin's Creed game for Assassin's Creed fans. Some of the co-op play features will tempt other players to join in as well, but if you're not a huge fan of the game, there's nothing new to draw you in here. For fans who want to step away from the Black Flag themes, this is going to take you more into Assassin's Creed 2 territory. Is it as good as last year's offering in Black Flag? Well, the story mode is certainly an improvement and lasts a good 15 to 16 hours, but if you're looking for some of the fun ship battles that you got in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I'm sorry, these are sorely lacking from the game, and thus does lose some of the fun factor. Unity though is a very solid addition to the Assassin's Creed series, and a game well worth picking up should you be into it, and a good place to start if you've never played one before. Don't expect the most polished experience, but it's certainly a game that will keep you coming back for more as you progress through. For more on Assassin's Creed and all things gaming, make sure you keep yourself on mygameslounge.com for even more of the big games coming up over the next few weeks. I'm in Respawn Rossco. Thank you for joining me for the video review of Assassin's Creed Unity. Unite!